Okay, so in this video I will show you how to make bran rolls. Actually, I have my bran rolls here, so let's just show you the end result before we start on all this. So we are making these bran rolls today using the Versatile Savoury mix or the Savoury Versatile mix. So you will need a full bag of dry mix. As again, I recommend you make the full batch and freeze your rolls if you wish. All my products freezes really well, and I would normally encourage people to do little individual things, you know, either rolls or little cupcakes or, you know, any individuals or whatever. If you make a full loaf of bread, slice it up and put it into the freezer in portions, so it's easier than when you want to take it out. So to make your bran rolls, these guys, they're super duper soft. Okay, that's actually upside down. They're like sponge. So to make your bran rolls, you need a bag of savoury mix, this guy here. You will need 3 egg whites, which I have here already. I like to keep my eggs at room temperature. They always work better in baking. And if you have cold eggs, your end result will always have a lot stronger eggy taste, whatever you're making with cold eggs, rather than if you made it with warm eggs. So the 3 egg whites, and then we need 2 cups of warm water. So what I normally do is I have the 3 egg whites in here, then I'll measure out 2 cups of warm water. I probably didn't get enough water in the little jug, so I'm just gonna fill this up here by the tap. And it's so good you can hear me even if I go to the outside of the other side of the kitchen. Well, I hope you do. I'll try not to spill it. So 2 cups. And then goes in your dry mix, the savoury mix. I'm swapping out the bag of mixture here like a magician. It's just, I haven't got this one labeled yet, but it's the same thing. So a bag of mixture, savoury mix, dry mix gone into there. And then I'm going to put it into here. You don't really need a stand mixer to do that. You can easily mix this with your hands even, so no special equipment required for this. So I don't know if you see it, I have the 2 little guys here. I'll bring this a little bit closer. So it goes in there, turn it on, possibly a low speed, so it's not going to splash everywhere. And then slowly increase your speed until then I'm going to give you a little bit of info on this. So your rolls will be 1.9 grams net carb per roll. Pretty high on fiber again, so 11 grams of fiber and 3.3 grams of protein. These rolls are really good for sandwiches. I definitely have 2 of these usually a day. Especially I'm really busy, I just throw in a bit of cheese, a little veg, maybe ham or salami or something, and then I leave on these. I even have my breakfast in today. I had scrambled eggs with bacon, and I actually had that on the go, to be honest with you. So I grabbed one of these rolls, I put my scrambled eggs in it, my bacon, closed it, and went off. So they're really, really good for burgers and stuff like that. I wouldn't recommend them to be toasted because you will see these rolls are really, really soft. So when you try and toast them, they almost disappear. So that's it. Mixing is done. I'm just gonna get another little bit of water because every time you work with either of my products, I recommend use wet hands so they won't stick to you. Here, back to you. Today I'm actually baking 2 different things here for you and recording them as well. So you have your wet hands. Get the whisk out, or the beater, I should say. This is a tricky one, it doesn't always want to come out for me, so I won't suffer with it too much. I'll bring this over here, and then I'll just leisurely, you can do this with your hand. The reason I'm doing it this way, I want to make sure they all come out pretty much the same size for you. So you can make 12 rolls out of this. I have my oven going, heating it up to 180 degrees. And I'll stop talking and I'll speed up this part of the video for you. So that is my oven, screaming for attention. It's worse than a child. So as I said, wet hands, not like the way I'm doing it now, wet hands, so it won't stick. It doesn't stick at all if you have wet hands, but it's super sticky if your hands aren't wet, okay? So this is gonna go on the top of those to make sure they're all pretty much the same size for you. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of handwork into them. So let's just get this in the right place, because I actually am going to have another 12 rolls coming on this tray. So you always have to make these flat, because they will expand for you a good bit. If you leave them as they are, they actually can't come up, they can't rise anymore, or you might get like big, sort of baked potato sort of things, you know, with a pointing top. So roll them a little bit, or just simply, if you're not fussy, just splash them or push them down a little bit, squish them. I'm trying to give them a decent enough shape for you. If you wish, you can put some sesame seeds on the top, or any seeds you prefer. You can even mix it into the dough if you'd like, or herbs. Especially summertime with some nice herbs, it would be really, really nice, I believe. I must try it actually. So there you got 12 rolls. I show you again which mix we are using. So this is the savory mix we are using at the minute. So that mix is a versatile mix. I may leave it there. So this mix is a versatile mix. So what it means, you can either use the mix for these bran rolls, or you can make the bagels. To make the bagels, you will need 2 full eggs, 2 egg whites, and keep the egg yolk for an egg wash. And then you need 130 grams of butter or ghee or coconut oil, whatever you prefer, so some sort of fat. If you are not dairy free, lovely Irish butter is the best. And then shape your bagels. I'll try and show that to you in the next one now. So nearly there. And don't forget, I don't know how many of you subscribed to my email list. I'm really trying not to spam you, but there's so much info I like to share, and there's so many times you ask me about delivery dates and this and that. So these are the info I normally send out in those emails. And there was another email I sent out, I think it was this week, probably, or last week, which I asked you. So I think the video probably stopped when I went into the timer. So my timer, a little alarm came up for me to remind me how super productive I am today. So back there, so I sent an email out to ask you to go into your favorite grocery shop, health shop, whatever, where you think these products should be available, and ask the manager or ask the owner to get in contact with me. Just give them my website, you know, and tell them you'd love to buy my products here. And that's the very best way to get my products into anywhere, okay? So I won't do too much other talking, so I'm going to show you this. This is now needs to go into the oven for 50 minutes at 180 degrees. So, but I'm going to just record another video and I'll show you how we do the white rolls as well. So here we are back 50 minutes later, and I have them all baked, and I actually have one from another batch slice for you. So these are super, super airy, soft rolls. So that's why I said they're probably not ideal for toasting. They would disappear in the toaster, but they're really good for sandwiches and burgers and stuff like that. And I love them for breakfast rolls too, really with like some eggs and bacon in it. It's just so yummy, yummy. So these rolls we made with the savory mix. Just added 3 egg whites, 2 cups of warm water, and shaped the rolls and put them in the oven for 50 minutes. And that was the savory mix. You know, the website is www.thebestfreefrom.com. Thank you for watching.